All right. That's really loud. Okay. Kane not joining us tonight?
I have no idea.
What's up, guys? It's
Oh,
Char.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, that was really loud. All right. Well, I guess we'll just get started, and if he joins, he joins. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's podcast. I am your host, Afro Black, with one of the very regular co-hosts, Makas Portrait. Say hello to the people.
Regular because of all the fiber that I eat.
I'm gonna need you to explain that one.
No, you said I'm a very regular host, and I said thanks. It's all the fiber.
I'm gonna need you to stop.
Yeah, no, you just told me to explain it, and I'm fucking explaining it.
Yep, I'm gonna need you to stop.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I don't think we had a podcast last week, did we?
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Like
Well, shit, I'm losing track. It's been so many fucking episodes. We got a handful of articles for y'all tonight. All from the courtesy of this man here, browsing the interwebs and staying active on the good side of Twitter.
I get bored at work.
That too. I do too. It's okay. And I really wish I could put that lower, but... Alright. So, alright, Carter, which one do we want to start with?
Excuse me. What's the first one I put in here? Oh, we could start with that fucking kart racer thing.
Oh,
whatever the fuck that is.
Kart racer thing.
Warped Kart Racers now well, I guess it's not available now, but coming to the Apple Arcade this month.
Oh, I forgot about this one. I found this one randomly last week, and I love it.
I thought it was a shit post when I saw it for the first
time. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, looks like Apple is getting a new, obviously a new arcade game, but this is themed after basically old Adult Swim cartoons. So King of the Hill, Family Guy, and American Dad are to name a few. Let's see here. The Apple Arcade subscription service for iOS devices will soon have Warped Kart Racers as part of its lineup, a bizarre kart racer that features characters from various adult cartoons. The game will include 20 playable characters at launch, with the likes of Peter Griffin from Family Guy, Stan Smith from American Dad, Hank Hill from King of the Hill, and more included. Characters from the more recent animated show Solar Opposites will also be featured on the roster. Not only will Warped Kart Racers have characters from these popular shows on the roster, but it will also feature 16 tracks based on the shows as well. This includes tracks based on Arlen, Texas from King of the Hill, and Quahog from Family Guy. With it being a mobile racing game, some may be quick to immediately dismiss it, but it actually looks like it'll be a full experience. It includes regular races as well as Mario Kart style battles, a single player campaign, 8-player multiplayer matches, daily challenges, a suite of customization options, and more. As far as licensed kart racers go, it definitely seems like it has potential to be one of the better ones on the market. Obviously, it won't stand a toe with Mario Kart 8. As a premier kart racer on the market, but it should still be something amusing for Apple Arcade subscribers to try. It's unclear if an Android version or console port will ever happen, but perhaps that could be a possibility down the line if the Apple Arcade release proves popular enough. So what do you think, Carter? You don't have Apple, but if it comes out on Google Play Store, would you play it?
I have an iPhone.
You do?
Yeah, I've had one for like 2 years.
Seriously? I thought you still had a Note.
No, I got my fucking iPhone.
I thought you were a cool guy. Never mind.
Oh, I got an iPhone.
Well, are you going to give it a shot?
I mean, it's free. I have Apple Arcade, so I'm not paying for it. I'll probably download it on a whim just to see how cursed it is. On paper, it's very cursed, and I kind of wish it didn't exist. But I'll give it a shot. I'm making it.
Why you gotta be like
Uh,
that?
I don't know. It's fine. Um, really weird that they have. I don't know. Having the solar opposite characters in there just screams to me that they tried to make a Rick and Morty thing, and Adult Swim wouldn't let them.
What the hell is Solar Opposites?
It's Justin Roiland's other show. It's aliens that fly down to Earth and try to fit in and learn Earth stuff for invade. It's fucking Invader Zim for adults.
I see. All right. Well, I don't have a iPhone for my personal phone. However, I do have a work phone that's an iPhone, so maybe I'll download it on there.
Play to work.
Are you leaving?
Huh? What? Where'd you go?
Know how well Deuces does with big dogs. Oh. When Dante came back home. Like, he's been home for 2 weeks. So, without Kayla. I mean, he hasn't done jack shit, but he also has a warrant out for his arrest. So, because Kayla put him in jail right before he left. And then cheated on him right in front of his eyes. So. No, he got out of jail, tried to go home, and there's some apparently very muscular dude chilling on his couch with Kayla. So he got bitched on top of it. So yeah, he has Tay-Tay and Brea, but can't take Brennan. So gotta go serve that time, and then hopefully he actually gets his fucking life together. That's what I'm saying. All right, see you later, bud. Anyways, back to the podcast. Hope that was a bit of a. We should clip that and make that go viral.
I don't even know what happened. You were just gone.
That's okay. So sorry, I was talking to James really quick. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I'll probably download it too, just for the shits and giggles. But games are really hard for me to actually stay focused on to begin with nowadays. I don't know if it's just old age, like I'm just getting older, or like maybe the game, or it's just harder in general for games to keep me in tune with them because games are so poorly made nowadays. I don't know, but hopefully it goes okay because it seems like a cool game. It seems like I just hope that they don't bleep it, or I hope that they put some fantastic catchphrases in there though.
I hope they get some epic swear words in there.
Yeah, dude. I want to be cool and curse. And it'll be okay.
Peter, remember the time we fought Hank Hill in a car racer game?
You flashback. But yeah, that's seems like that's all that's oh wait, what the hell? That's interesting.
What's interesting?
So Game Rant, I've just found this this article here, so you can take a look see. So Ubisoft confirms 3 major games it plans on releasing by March of next year. Let's see here. Ubisoft. As revealed in Ubisoft's latest financial report, the company has 3 games in particular that it plans on shipping by the end of next March. Assuming there aren't any delays or other issues, Ubisoft fans can look forward to playing Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, which looks like it looks okay by this screenshot. I don't. I don't know. We'll see how good the new game is, or the new movie is, and then that'll probably dictate how well the game does on the first week. Um, let's see. Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, and Skull and Bones. Wait, Ubisoft is doing Rabbids? I did not know this.
Ubisoft has done Rabbids. They've always done the Mario Rabbids stuff.
I didn't know there were multiple Rabbids game or Mario Rabbids games.
This is the second one.
Goddamn.
But yeah, they own Rabbids is like a Rayman spinoff, and they own Rayman. So.
Oh yeah. I know that much. I used to play Rayman. That was like one of 3 games I think that my grandma had up at her place. It was that, the Goosebumps like fucking interactive story game, solitaire, pinball like normal Windows XP had. Let's see, what else did it have? I don't remember, but yeah, those were the games.
I don't know. Sure would be cool if they would make a new fucking Rayman game instead of annualizing Far Cry and Assassin's Creed.
I don't see the problem, Carter. They're the greatest games Ubisoft has.
Uh-huh. Rayman 2 is my response to that. Go play Rayman 2. It's like $5 on the Ubisoft store. It's a way better game than any Far Cry game.
Interesting.
I miss him.
Let's see here.
Avatar, I don't fucking care.
Why not? It's a James Cameron game or movie.
Great. Exactly.
Wait, are you actually gonna go see the movie though?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Isaiah, name one fucking character out of the first Avatar movie.
My guy, it came out like 10 years ago.
Not my point. You know
That's my point. I can't remember shit.
Iron Man 1 came out 14 years ago, and I can still tell you the main villain's name.
That may be fair, however. Nonetheless, okay, hold on. Let me reiterate. Avatar will be remembered as literally the greatest, like, visually appealing movie to come out up to, like, I would say a solid 8 years before anything actually started contesting it in terms of CGI.
Disagree.
What? What came out?
I feel like Avatar is a movie that Fox made for the purposes of selling to Best Buy to use as a demo for their TV displays.
That sounds like some major headcanon there, Carter.
It's not headcanon. Go to Best Buy. Look at any of their TV displays. Tell me what they are using to demo the fidelity of the
So what
TV.
you're saying is that it's visually appealing.
It's visually appealing for the sake of being visually appealing. It's I don't want to say it's garbage content, but it's like junk food.
I don't know, man. I think that coincides with me saying it's a very, very pretty movie with CGI.
That's fine, but being pretty and having substance are two.
But that's what I was talking about, though.
Different.
Like, I'm saying that people remember Avatar, not necessarily. I would say the characters were okay. They were probably average.
Name one of them.
Like I said, okay, maybe average. However, I mainly went to go see it because the CGI was phenomenal.
Everyone flicks that movie's bean because it came out when the 3D trend was picking back up.
I hate 3D. I hated it back then. I went and seen it in 3D once, and that was literally only because my dad was enthralled with 3D. That's it.
I only ever saw one movie in 3D during that trend, and it was Jackass 3.
That sounds also terrible, actually.
Do not watch Jackass 3 in
3D. That just sounds terrible.
It was not great.
Jesus criminy. But yeah, no. I think I'm gonna go see the new Avatar just because I've been waiting for so long for it that it would be kind of stupid not to go see it at this point. I'll go see it once. We'll see how it goes from there.
My favorite thing about the Avatar 2 trailer is that it was the last trailer they showed before both showings of Doctor Strange came on. Doctor Strange is fucking hype. If we want to go on that tangent, by the way, like
Oh yeah. We'll save that for the end though, because we both know that's gonna take the longest.
Oh god.
And also we don't want to do any spoilers just yet. We want to give people the chance to back out when they.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just kidding.
All right, fucking Twitter.
I said I'm kidding.
Fucking asshole.
Don't cancel me.
You gonna get us all canceled, damn it. But yeah, I'll go see the movie at least once, see what's going on. But as for the game, honestly, let's see. Wait, hold on. Let's go ahead and do this. For those who may not be following the games closely, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is an open-world game set in James Cameron's Avatar universe, expected to be out by the end of 2022. It's being developed by the Division Studio Massive Entertainment, telling a standalone story with the player taking on the role of one of the blue-skinned Na'vi people seen in the films. The long-awaited Avatar movie sequel is also expected to release December of this year. So it seems fans of the franchise have a lot to look forward to this year. Not really, because the movie is obviously going to be the better side, and we will see how well that goes. Tell us about Rabid Sparks of Life, Carter.
So I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the game. They haven't showed off a ton. But in concept, it is a sequel to 2017's Mario plus Rabbids. Battle Kingdom Battle, whatever the fuck, which was a genuinely shockingly good, like, tactical RPG. Like, I think when they announced it, everyone was like, oh my god, the Rabbids cancer has bled its way right into Nintendo. Myself included, I was very concerned when they announced this was a thing. But when the game came out, it turned out to be, like, one of the best tactical RPGs on the Switch until Fire Emblem came out like 2 years later.
Fair enough.
The first one's a pretty solid game. If you've got a Switch, it's on sale constantly for like $10. I would highly recommend it if you can scoop it on a sale. It's a pretty good time. I am hoping. There were a couple tiny gripes I had with mostly with how the party system worked. Because you had 4 slots for characters, and you were forced to have Mario and 1 Rabbid at all times. So it was really like limited as far as like the build variety. I'm hoping they fix that, but like beyond that, it's just like a super solid strategy RPG. Like, if you're not super into them, it's not like, I don't know, it's not like fucking XCOM level, like, in-depth tactical stuff. It's a pretty basic rock, paper, scissors thing, like Fire Emblem. It's a pretty low-level entry.
Or Pokemon?
I mean, no, because Pokemon's not a strategy RPG.
Well, shit.
It's not.
Some of those typings will get you sometimes, man. I'm telling you.
What a strategy RPG is. It's an RPG with strategy.
Exactly. The strategy is typings.
No. No, it's a good time. I'm not like clamoring for it, but I'm interested to see how it'll be. I hope they can go 2 for 2 on that, because it's a pretty fun game. The visuals are fun. It's kind of just, I don't know. It's got like the Rabbids chaos, but like all the Mario and the Nintendo stuff, like, I don't want to say restrains it, but like brings it down to earth a little bit.
Okay. All right.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I could keep making analogies and stuff, but it's a decent game.
So pick that shit up. That's what he's saying, is pick that shit up. All right.
It's a good time.
All right. Well, segueing into the next article, why don't you tell us about these Slipknot skins, Carter?
Yeah, so I don't know too much about Smite. I've played like maybe 4 games of it back when it first had like a console launch 5, 6 years ago, however long that was. I guess the entirety of the band Slipknot is going into the game as playable characters.
Well, they are gods.
OST stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, as far as 90s metal is concerned, their first 2 albums kind of set the fucking gold standard that people still try and rip off. But yeah, the entirety of the band Slipknot is going to be available as playable characters in this fucking MOBA because nothing is sacred anymore. I don't know.
All right.
Like I said, I don't know anything about Smite, so that's
I
as
don't
much
either,
as,
to be honest.
but
I did find it hilarious when you put it in here, though.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see here. So, let's see where. Let's put this over here. Put this over here. Okay. I guess moving on to the next one is the Nintendo Switch Indie World Showcase of May this year. Tell us about everything that was announced, Carter.
Hang on, I gotta pull it up here.
Tisk tisk. Never prepared.
I gotta wait for it to load. The internet kind of doo-doo sometimes.
That's fair. Mine's dropping in and out a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah. This was, as far as indie showcases go, it was kind of tame. There were a couple things that raised an eyebrow, but nothing that I was clamoring for. The big one that people have been waiting for a while, which is Hollow Knight Silksong, has still not shown up. So people were butthurt because the one thing they wanted wasn't there. Whatever. I haven't finished playing the first one, so I don't really have like the stake in that other people do.
Okay.
What they did announce to start is Ooblets is getting a release on Switch this summer. I've been following Ooblets for a little while now. Basically, it is Stardew Valley, but instead of growing crops, you are growing Pokemon, and you are making them fight each other.
Oh.
The
So you're
fights
the
are
daycare center, basically.
right. The fights are not traditional turn-based RPG battles. They are instead dance-offs. So you are growing these vegetables to have dance battles with other people's sentient vegetables. And in addition to that, in case that wasn't enough, there is also like an Animal Crossing town building aspect of the game as well.
This game is going to be a hit.
Yeah, I've been following it for several years now, and I've been really excited to
Several years?
It's an indie game.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
God damn.
Early access was almost 2 years ago, and I've waited for 1.0, I guess, to come out before I picked it up. So
Fair enough. Yeah, I see that it was early access on basically Game Pass. It looks like, or
yeah.
I guess it says Xbox and PC, but I'm assuming it's on Game Pass too.
I know Microsoft has the rights to it as far as like console exclusivity goes. So I would imagine it will get on Game Pass at some point.
I see.
Didn't see, since it was a Switch Direct, they didn't really make any mention of that today. What else? Interplanetary action RPG Batora Lost Haven. It is a action RPG that mixes hack and slash with twin stick shooting. As a 16-year-old girl, Avril, players will need to use her powers to save her home planet after a catastrophic event changed everything. It's a story-driven event that is set to release this fall. Trailer really didn't give a whole lot on this one.
Did it show any gameplay or anything?
Not really. It was just kind of like a short cinematic.
I see.
I don't know. I hate like devaluing the effort and the time that indie games are for people to make, but a lot of it just kind of looked like, I don't know, when someone says they're making an action RPG with hack and slash and shooter stuff, it just kind of feels like they're doing like the whole Metroidvania thing to me, which is the big thing nowadays. I get that, but I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting.
I'll watch it. I keep an eye on my indie games. I like what they do.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They're a lot more innovative than anything a AAA studio has done in the last decade or so. So, what else?
I see that Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is getting a Nintendo Switch port.
Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is one that's coming this year. I have not played that, so I'm not sure. I don't know too much about it.
I'm actually curious because I see it on Steam a lot.
Yeah, I've heard it's fun. From what I understand, it's anything but a totally accurate battle simulator. It's like wacky,
Essentially.
physics, fun, which cool. Elec Head, which is a game about bringing light to the world.
But we can't have that. We don't like positivity around these parts.
Because you're gonna get it. As a small robot named Elec, players will need to bring back light to the world by using electricity-based objectives when Elec comes in contact with them. He can also throw his head to solve challenges with a 10-second shutdown timer to ensure they are not separate. His head is not separate from his body for too long. So basically, it's a 2D puzzle platformer where you are taking apart your body to solve puzzles and progress.
Interesting.
I just dunked on 2D platformers and indie games. Shit like that makes it sound fun.
I mean, it definitely puts a spin on it. It gives you a reason to at least give it a shot.
Yeah. Another one that caught my eye, and I did not fucking realize that it came out today, so I will definitely be picking this up, is called Soundfall. I have been watching the dev on TikTok make this for the last year and a half or so. It is a dungeon crawler that is a looter shooter and also rhythm based. It has got a soundtrack of over 140 songs and 4-player local and online co-op.
Ooh.
A rhythm based looter shooter dungeon crawler.
Interesting, actually. That sounds actually hella cool.
Think like Crypt of the Necrodancer, if you're familiar with that. But more Diablo-like in presentation. It's not like a grid-based system, but it is still all rhythm-based.
So, okay, so is it like first person or third person?
Third person.
Okay. Interesting. Actually, I'm curious.
Has over 140 songs.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy for any fucking game OST. But like, for an indie dev to make a game like that and have a soundtrack that big, that is...
Yeah, that's actually crazy. So, the beats that are made that were made for the game, were those made by the developer, or were they third-party sourced?
From what I understand, it's all in-house.
Ooh, okay. So our dev is also a DJ.
They have been working on it for a very long time.
God damn. I'm actually going to look it up right now. I'm curious. Because if it looks promising enough, I might actually grab it with you and play it through it with you. We need more unique games, Carter.
Like, that shit's right up my alley. moving on from that before I keep gushing about it here. Next one is I don't want to call it another roguelike deck builder, but there is a new roguelike deck builder game coming out called Wild Frost, which seems to have more of like a tactical spin, a tactical RPG spin on it, in addition to the roguelike elements. What sets this one apart for me outside of the tactical aspect is like Ooblets, there is a town that they can customize and build, and you're also able to go in and like permanently upgrade your cards in your deck.
Okay.
That was really all they showed off on that one. They were saying this one's supposed to come out around the holidays.
Okay. I personally, I've never been interested in deck builders. It's hard enough for me to get involved in with roguelikes, let alone deck builders. The only deck related game I've ever played or ever really played nowadays is Master Duel.
Fair. The only game in that genre that I've really had a good time with and I felt has done it like super right has been Slay the Spire. I really like the loop that game has. I don't know. The runs aren't too long. You don't feel like you're losing a ton of progress when you lose. It's just like really short and sweet, but it's also very rewarding to get through a run.
Interesting.
But we'll see. Like I said, indie games, roguelike games especially, I'm gonna have my eye on. So I'm hopeful. I'm hoping the best for all these.
All right.
Really, even the Avatar game.
Yeah, no, I just looked at Soundfall and that shit looks hella colorful and I love it. I'm basically looking for more games to take advantage of the OLED screen that I have on here, and
Right.
that game looks fucking perfect for that.
What's the price on it?
$26.
That's it, dude. That's
It's on sale right now, 15% off.
Okay, so it'll be 30 at full. That's pretty good for what they put into that. Wow. Let's see. Oh, that's right. The one that caught my eye the most after Ooblets and Soundfall is called Gunbrella.
Gunbrella.
It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a noir / steampunk setting where you're this guy that has an umbrella, and it's also a gun. It is Gunbrella.
It is exactly as the name pertains.
And the Gunbrella has an entire upgrade tree that you can do to just make it an overpowered weapon. I don't know. It's dumb. It looks fun. And
Sounds
dumb.
goofy as hell, and I need it.
Great, I love it. What else? God, there were quite a lot of titles in this. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's one called We Are OFK. It is a story of an up-and-coming band that will take the players through the ups and downs of trying to make it in Los Angeles. It is a fully animated, fully voiced visual novel starring Itsumi Saito, set to start launching this summer with new episodes being released on a weekly basis.
Interesting.
Sounds
like another version of Doki Doki for you to go through, Carter.
I doubt it's gonna be scary, but
I mean it's fair, but I mean interactive store. Or did it say? No, it's a playable. Yeah, so interactive animated series. So somewhat similar to Doki Doki in the playstyle.
I suppose.
I guess more towards like Telltale games, but
Doki Doki's a lot more of a VN, and this seems more like Telltale.
That's fair. That is fair. But that sounds interesting. I'm honestly mainly like my mind is gearing mainly towards Soundfall right now.
That's
I'm gonna
fair.
be honest. Like dead ass, let me know when you get it, and I will play through it with you.
Absolutely.
But you will have to stream it because I can't stream it.
Yeah, we'll see. I gotta get my capture card hooked up to my OLED dock.
Fair enough. I might have to go and get a different one because this Elgato that I have just is not cooperating, and I don't know why.
Same.
It's great.
There is a game that I will not be playing called Silt, which is a harrowing ocean abyss puzzle game. While exploring this underwater world, players will be able to possess sea creatures to solve puzzles and interact to learn the many secrets that the ocean has to offer. It looks great. I like the art style. It reminds me a lot of Journey. The concept is cool. I do not fuck with the ocean at all.
Yes, we know, Carter.
I hate it. I hate fish. They creep me the fuck out.
For anyone who doesn't know, I don't remember the exact name, but Carter essentially has the phobia where like you're terrified of like the vastness or the emptiness of the ocean.
I hate it. I hate it, and I hate everything that.
This man absolutely refuses to go
there
anywhere near games that involve the ocean or going into the ocean itself.
Wants to kill you and eat you, and that is where all the aliens live. You cannot look at shit like an octopus or a lanternfish or a jellyfish and tell me that that shit is not literally what they fucking draw aliens after. Like that, we're going the wrong fucking way.
Listen, it's only inspiring alien life, okay, Carter?
No, it doesn't inspire anything but fucking fear. Garbage. Anyway, the game looks great. Next one. I don't know. I didn't have a lot to say about that one. But...
You decided to broadcast your distaste for 70% of the Earth, and then said, "All right, let's move on."
That's fine. I mean, yeah, it's what I do every day.
All right, fair enough.
Next one on this list. Mini Motorways, a port of the 2019 Apple Arcade game. I've played a little bit of this actually. It's entertaining. I don't know if I would buy it on the Switch when it's free on the Apple Arcade. Basically, it's just like a puzzle game where you are directing traffic by way of building roads and basically like infrastructure.
Okay.
It's entertaining. It is. I just don't see myself paying for a mobile game on a console.
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
When that mobile game is free if you have Apple Arcade.
I think the one time I actually paid for a mobile game was this one like mech game, like I almost did because I only found the demo, but the full game was like $9. That was the only time I ever actually contemplated buying a game on Google Play Store. Not doing microtransactions, but doing the thing, actually buying the game itself.
Yeah, I think the only games that I've paid for were like the mobile ports for like the Call of Duty Zombies that they had way back in the day.
Oh yeah. I actually remember that now. I'm having flashbacks of like iPod days.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, rip to the iPod. We'll get into that too.
Right?
It was that. There was like a 2-week time period where there was an iOS port for Binding of Isaac, and I have that. It has been delisted because it is not a good port, but I have it.
You now have a legacy phone, Carter. Congratulations.
Oh, well, it's a legacy iTunes account, dude.
That too. You can sell that shit to like an equally as diehard fan to Binding of Isaac.
It's true. I need to buy it again because they're doing a Steelbook edition this summer.
Jesus Christ.
I like Steelbooks. And then the other one that I paid for is Slay the Spire, which plays fantastically on mobile.
Fair enough.
Because it's just a card game. These slide cards.
Kind of hard to make a card game run badly on
Hey,
anything
don't
really.
say that too loud. There are people that are ready to fucking knock that dream out. What else? So that was really it. Many Motorways dropped today. Again, it's a 3-year-old console port of a mobile game. So, I don't know. Do what you want, I guess. Next on the list is Curious. It's called Wayward Strand. You play as a teenage journalist, Casey B. You play as Casey B, and you journey to a curious flying hospital that's filled with patients and their touching stories. While learning about the people who stay in the hospital, you will also need to figure out more about yourself as you travel through the place. It is set in rural 1970s Australia and has over a dozen characters to follow. And you get to choose which characters you see the story unfold for during a particular playthrough. The game is set to release on the Switch July 21st of this year. I don't know. Looking at this one kind of gave me like What Remains of Edith Finch vibes, but like more absurdist as far as like the presentation goes.
Okay.
It is like visually, it's a very trippy looking game.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at like the thumbnail for this gameplay trailer, and it looks interesting.
Yeah, I love the art style a lot. I also like the setting a lot. I'm a big fan of like Australian culture. It's just like a very fascinating place to me. I don't know.
So you're terrified of the ocean, but an equally as deadly piece of land known as Australia is perfectly fine to you. You kidding me right now?
I like the culture. I didn't say anything about the animals.
Listen, it just sounds to me like you'd be more willing to go to Australia when you can say it's just as deadly.
Yeah, but I'm on the land. Like the land, okay? Because that's where I live. I am a bipedal human, not a fucking fish with a light bulb in front of my face.
Listen, first of all, the odds of you actually going down that deep are literally 0%.
Don't care.
Also,
what are the odds of that coming up?
Literally 0, because it would die.
That's your opinion.
Literally, the only thing that's keeping that alive, essentially, is the massive pressure below, like at that level of sea, or at that sea level.
How much of the ocean is unexplored? Who's to say there's not one that's floating around somewhere at a higher surface level?
It's dead.
How do you know that, though? How do you know that there's species of it that survives?
Its body just turns to fucking goo once it comes up that high.
Species that we know do that. Who's to say there's not one that lives closer to the surface?
You still won't touch it, though. Now, jellyfish, that's a different story. You could very easily step on one of those and ruin your whole fucking day.
Like those tiny blue ring octopus that are like the size of an analog stick on the controller, and they're stupid venomous with no fucking cure.
Wait, are they that small? Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
They are tiny
blue ring octopus. What is the size of this thing? Oh, it's only 8 to 10. Well, I mean, it's 8 to 10 inches.
Dude, they're fucking landmines. They're like water mines. Shut up. They're scary.
I mean, I would definitely hate to step on one of these things. Let's see here. They spend most of their time hiding in crevices while displaying effective camouflage patterns.
Yeah. What do? They hide. They're fucking waiting.
Let's see here. If they are provoked, they quickly change color, becoming bright yellow with each of the 50 to 60 rings flashing bright iridescent blue with a third of a second as an aposematic warning display. Let's see here. We don't care about any of that. Don't care about any of this. Where the hell's the toxicity? There we go. The blue-ringed octopus, despite its small size, carries enough venom to kill 26 adult humans within minutes. Their bites are tiny and often painless, with many victims not realizing they have been envenomated until respiratory depression and paralysis begins. and there is no anti-venom available. To be fair, that I'm not surprised about that. Those bitches are probably incredibly difficult to capture.
Rest my case. Anyway, game looks interesting. We'll see what the narrative has to say. I might scoop that. We'll check it out as it gets closer.
There you go. Any other interesting games on this list? I see.
There's still a couple on here, yeah.
God damn. There's this one called Repay Your Debt and Become a Possessed Lamb in Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, I was about to get into that. Cult of the Lamb is a randomly generated action-adventure game. It puts you in the hooves of a possessed lamb who was saved by annihilation by a foreboding teenager. Throughout the game, players will need to repay their debt by building a community, conquering dungeons, building up resources, and much more. Think a hell-themed goat simulator that is procedurally generated.
Huh. This art style looks wacky.
It all looks wacky. I love this. I love
it.
It
Reminds me of Castle Crashers.
Yeah. I am so hopeful I'm going to be watching this one.
Which, by the way, I used to play the living shit out of Castle Crashers on 360.
Fucking goated, dude.
That game was fucking gorgeous. And then, like, what was even more fun was bugging out the game so that you had unlimited skill points.
It's true.
So then you could just kind of, like, become incredibly broken. But the game was still fun. I probably played through that game like a solid 20 times before I got bored.
Same. It's a great game. And then
are you looking at the crab?
Yeah, another one that got me. For fans of Souls-like games, Agro's Crab is for you. Agro's Crab is a crustacean-themed Souls-like, where you star as a hermit crab with over 50 different shells to utilize to overcome some dangerous threats in the world's polluted sea.
I kind of want to play this for shits and giggles.
The art style on this one is something that I can definitely handle, and I would absolutely love playing through this. I am so excited for this to come out next year.
I need to watch the trailer to this.
Rated T for teen.
It's so fucking dumb. I love it.
I'm actually going to mute this because I forgot Nintendo doesn't like it when you play their music.
Right.
Oh my god, this art style is gorgeous.
Right? Like, it looks so good.
It doesn't seem like it would be something that could actually be played on the Switch, almost. I don't know why, just like the art style about it, just...
Nah, if you optimize shit right, stuff on Switch looks just as good as it does on any home console.
I like how it runs. That's funny.
Just the scuttle.
Oh, it's even got the dodge roll, too. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Crab Queen. Oh shit, it's got the chopsticks. Coffee mug. I think that's like the safeguard thing that you put on your fingertip when you're sewing. I don't know what the hell that's called, but... Another crab's treasure. Interesting. Yeah, I might actually have to pick that up just because it looks hilarious. I kind of want to play through it. You'll have to remind me, Carter, when it comes out.
For sure. Sometime next year, so. We got a bit.
Truth.
Last one that got any kind of gameplay or trailer info was called Struggle of Living Creatures, Gibbon Beyond the Trees. You play as a gibbon who needs to swing their way through a beautiful yet dangerous jungle and learn about the struggle of living creatures around the world. The dev team at Broken Rules wanted to create an engaging game about real-world environmental issues, and Switch owners can try it out today.
Oh, all right.
Play as a gibbon. You swing through the trees and learn about how fun deforestation.
We're fucking over the earth, but in a stylish art style.
Right. That was the last one they went over. There was a montage at the end that included some other stuff they didn't touch on, called Card Shark. A Guidebook of Babel, One Shot, World Machine Edition, Curse to Golf, and Idle Manager. I don't really know what any of those are, but
They don't care either.
there's another offer. I don't know. Some of them sound interesting. Um, but yeah, that was everything in the Indie Direct. Again, nothing on Silksong. That's going to be a game that when it comes out, it comes out. I'm not really stressing over that one too hard. So,
If you guys are looking forward to anyone showing off or showcasing some Soundfall gameplay, keep an eye on Markov's Twitch stream because I'm sure we'll play through it at some point and probably somewhere in the near future because, like I said, that's probably the game that I'm looking forward to the most. It sounds fun as hell and incredibly unique, especially since I don't have any rhythm-based music games on anything, period. And I think what's that one game that most people usually play? It starts with an O. That's a rhythm-based sound game.
is it Osu?
Yes, Osu. That's what it is.
Yeah,
So
like
that's like the top one on that I see
Yeah.
people playing on Twitch, anyways.
yeah, that game's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, that seems like a bit too much for me, and seems like a lot of seems like it would take a lot of time to get it to.
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't got that kind of time anymore.
Ah.
At least I had to get dedicate to only one game. And I could only see myself doing that as if, like, I start playing it on stream, I guess.
Right.
But, well, if that's the last Switch indie game, let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
Yeah,
I didn't know that they were coming out with a new Batman game.
yeah,
Did not know this.
It's not necessarily a Batman game, but the boys over at Rocksteady that made the phenomenal Arkham games. I've been working on a couple projects, Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad. Gotham Knights got some news this week. It wasn't great news for people who don't have new hardware. They have canceled the PS4 and Xbox One ports for the game
Oh, wow.
to focus on current gen.
Here's the thing. I can't necessarily like blame them for doing that because obviously yes, PS5s and Xbox Series X's are still in fairly short demand. But the thing is though is when they spend too much time including the previous gen, it usually holds back other games. One of the prime examples is actually Cyberpunk. That's one of the obviously there were many reasons why that game got fucked up so royally. But one of the bigger reasons was because they were trying to make it compatible with like previous gen games on top of current gen and PC. It just fucked up the entire it just fucked it up. So I can't blame them for taking that thing, and I think most people would agree with it if there wasn't a short supply of current gen consoles. Still.
Yeah.
Series X's seem to be coming back a little bit. Like, I've been noticing a lot more at our GameStop, Carter. Like, whenever I go to talk to Carter and shit, there's at least one in stock. And I think they actually have a used Halo 5 Special Edition Series X, too, there right now. So, I mean, those are slowly coming back in stock, but PS5s are still... They're still hard to come by, to say the least.
Yeah, I see both sides of it. It sucks that they're starting to trail off of the last gen hardware with the supply shortages. But at the same time, especially as someone who owns both of the new gen consoles, there haven't been really any games at all that have been exclusively for next gen, or really anything that's made me go, I need to go get one of these new consoles. That's been my biggest problem with this generation of hardware, is there really hasn't been anything that would make me go, I'm going to get a PS5 because of this game. That's out anyway. I know there's shit like Spider-Man coming out next year, fucking God of War Ragnarok, like all this shit that's in the pipeline. But the only games I've played
in the last couple of years that have required new hardware were Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and Returnal, and both of those were only because of the SSD stuff. Right? Like there hasn't been, and there's been cool stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's been cool stuff, and they've done a lot of cool stuff with the PS5 ports of games, the PS5 versions of games. But there hasn't been anything that has made me sit there and go, I need to get this console now. And Xbox, the only thing they've really got going for it right now is Halo Infinite, which
here's the thing.
Xbox, if you're gonna play Halo Infinite and nothing else.
Halo Infinite is still a work in progress, obviously. I've heard decent things if they stick to the roadmap very strictly. Even better if they come out with Forge. Like if they actually were able to somehow bring the release date for Forge and co-op campaign closer than what is right now prophesized, that won't happen. So the next best thing we have to go off of is maps, game modes, and how much they listen to the community when it comes to quality of life changes, which I think they're still listening quite a bit. It's just obviously it takes time to actually implement them. But yeah, I agree. If you were planning on getting an Xbox solely for Halo Infinite, no, don't do it. Like, if that was your only motivation, I would wait still. Honestly.
I would also say, while the PS5 exclusive games are good, Returnal is great. The Demon Souls remaster is great. Deathloop was pretty fun. Ratchet and Clank was pretty fun. None of those games, for as fun as they are, have been games that I have felt the need to tell someone you need to buy a console to play this game. The unique ideas, while they are unique, like Returnal and Deathloop, do fall into that roguelike category, which I understand is very niche. It's something that I like a lot, but I know that it's a very hit or miss thing. Ratchet and Clank, if you like them, it's, for as cool as it was, it's more Ratchet and Clank.
Fair enough.
The Demon Souls remaster is it's a PS3 game they remade from the ground up. And then
which, I mean, that's better than what most remakes are, to be fair.
I agree.
But, however, I do agree that it's not a console seller. It's not.
No, it's a very well done remaster.
Very sure.
But to do that, especially right now, if you need a Souls game, just fucking buy Elden Ring.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? If you're obviously like strictly a console player, and you're looking for a game to get you started until you actually get other games, I would say that Elden Ring is probably the closest to a console seller that we have.
Get Elden Ring.
To be honest. Just because of how many hours you can spend in that game.
If you've got a Switch, mod the Switch, put a PS4 emulator on there, and download Elden Ring.
Jesus Christ.
And then
that fucking Switch will fucking implode.
You own a copy, so you can legally obtain it. And then go fucking play Elden Ring. Great. So great. What are we talking about? Oh, fucking Batman. Yeah, I don't know. I'm iffy on Gotham Knights. I have been for a while, just because it doesn't feel like they've shown off a ton. And then the stuff that they should show off this week, I have issues with.
Shit, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. The way they're marketing it is it's a team of 4 people. It's Nightwing, Robin, and then I can't remember the other 2. It's like Batgirl and someone else, I think.
I thought Nightwing was Robin.
Both. There's canons where you get both.
Oh, like it just swaps back and forth between the 2?
Well, no, like they're 2 different. Like there is a Robin after.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, there's multiple Robins. I forgot about that. Nightwing's
Yeah.
only one of the Robins, or
Right.
one of the old Robins, I should say.
Right. My big problem with that they've also talked about this week, kind of glossed over actually. They marketed it as this big 4-player co-op thing. Maximum players on co-op is 2, and there's no online play.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, I don't.
Wait, hold on. I just
you're
realized
going-
the picture that they put in here for Gotham Knights. That's not even Nightwing. That's fucking Red Hood. And Red Hood's
Okay.
another old Robin, isn't he?
Sometimes it's Joker. Depends.
Really?
It depends.
I guess I haven't really paid as much attention to DC as I have Marvel, so interesting. I don't know, like that seems like kind of like a wasted opportunity to have such a big team and not taking advantage of that and making some sort of online play.
For as much as I reject modernization in games, we're at a point now where if you're gonna market it as a co-op game, put an online co-op. Do it. I've played through all of the new Lego Star Wars game, and at no point did I think to myself there was something that they could not have done online co-op for. But there's no online co-op in that either.
That's also a wasted opportunity.
Huge. For as well as that game is selling, it would go gangbusters if there was online co-op. And the same thing is going to happen with this one. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a shot. Give it a shot. See what happens.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
I'll give it a shot too. If it's like a brand new series or whatever, I'm willing to give it a shot. The main reason I actually have all the old Batman games, or old-ish, I should say, but they're so old, and on top of that, I've also heard conflicting things about optimization, especially about like the third game, that I'm not willing to really download it just to be disappointed.
No,
So this will be more of a fresh start, to be honest.
Arkham, like a notoriously bad PC port. I would
Yeah,
recommend.
I remember that it had so many issues on console alone, let alone fucking PC.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll give it a shot. Batman is probably one of my more favorite DC characters, anyways. Marvel has always been like, I love the universe as a whole, but DC has always been kind of like, they've in my head, they've always been like two sides of the same coin, and how many like parallels with so many characters there are. But the thing is that I just so happen to know about Marvel first before DC, so
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it. Let's see here. I actually have a quick side note. This article was published about 10 hours ago. It looks like. Nintendo Switch gets a big ass discount. This will be good for people that don't necessarily care for the OLED version and are just going to be playing it as like a home console versus a mobile. Retailers across the internet are stocking the standard Nintendo Switch model at a discounted price, and players should act fast not to miss out. Let's see here. Today, various online retailers such as Amazon and GameStop are stocking the base Nintendo Switch console at the historically low price of $259.99. So they knocked it down about $40. So I would honestly, like I said, if you guys don't really care about the handheld version and just are going to be playing it as like an at-home console to play with friends and family, I would recommend this one, especially since it's so much cheaper. It's literally almost $100 cheaper compared to the OLED. So I would honestly recommend it, unless you really care that much about having a wired connection. Then I guess you could get the OLED, but I would still honestly recommend this one over it. Thoughts, Carter?
I would agree with that. I think it's been a long time coming to have them do a price cut on those. Yeah, if you're gonna play, if you're going into something, if you're going into this knowing that you're going to be doing more handheld than a docked TV play, I would definitely recommend the OLED over this model that's being marked down. If that's not feasible for you, or if it's something that you don't really care about, I would say it's still a pretty good time to grab it.
For sure.
Stuff coming out the second half of this year, because holy fuck, they're set to have a year as big as 2017 was as far as titles go. So,
Oh, for their new Direct this year?
well, just for all the first party shit they have dropping and all the shit that's already. I mean, we've got like Kirby, Splatoon, Xenoblade, fucking all this Mario Kart DLC. It's just, yeah, they're having a really good year. New Pokemon game coming out this winter.
Of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have you heard anything about those games recently?
They haven't really done any news on them since that reveal a couple months ago.
Oh, what a surprise. As long as it's a better fucking game. Like, don't get me wrong, I love 4th gen, but the 4th gen remakes could have been done a lot better. Like, they kind of did those games a disservice with the shit that they pulled. Like, the engine was terrible.
Wasn't good.
Like, don't get me wrong, I still have the game. I don't plan on selling it because I actually had to play through the game again because I'm a dumbass and didn't transfer my data to my new Switch. But, like, if I had the choice between buying Brilliant Diamond versus buying the original and playing it as, like, a fucking emulator on my Switch, I'd rather play the emulator version.
I feel that.
The sprites were a lot better. The game overall just looked better in general. The only thing that I think that they could have done, or they didn't have to do differently, was the rate at which you go up waterfalls. That's it.
Yeah. And do you know what game did all of that better than either version of the Gen 4 games?
Which one, Carter? Enlighten us.
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
True! I'm still going through that game, actually.
Go.
I have gotten farther, though. I'm about to go
play-
fight Cleavor.
Go play Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yes. Speaking of Pokemon, quick showcase, but announcement. So I'm going to be doing another TCG opening. The next one is going to be Pokemon focused because I'm not going to lie, Yu-Gi-Oh pissed me off. I didn't have to pay nearly as much as I would have if I hadn't sold some cards. However, I did not get any good pulls, so Yu-Gi-Oh is on my shit list. So, right now, I plan on doing a opening of Astral Radiance. I'm going to do the set that came out in Japan that was literally focused on Pokemon Legends Arceus. I want to do a box of the Pokemon 25th Anniversary Japanese box too. And possibly one more, but those three combined will be like a lot of cards, so I don't know if I want to get another set just yet. But yeah, that is the next scheduled one. That won't be happening until early June though. Really it depends on what bills come up and if my girlfriend needs help with anything. But those two main factors will be the deciding factors. But that is the current plan. But yeah, that's all I got. You ever gonna do any TCG collecting, Carter?
I already collect enough shit. I don't know if I need to add TCG onto that again.
That's fair. There's a speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, actually, I found there is a 20th anniversary fucking thing that you can get. It's Kaiba Suitcase.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like $500, but it's literally a metal suitcase, and when you open it, it's a fucking glass exhibit display of 3 of the original designed fucking Blue Eyes cards from the show.
God damn.
It's fucking gorgeous, and then when you open the underneath it, it's Kaiba's original deck, and then but like it's all in. I think it's all in Japanese, but nonetheless, it's Kaiba's original deck, and then underneath that slab is a bunch of space with dividers for you to put your decks in.
That's pretty rad.
It's pretty fucking cool. I might have to pick it up, but there's that, and there's another anniversary thing, but this one is for Pokemon. It's not nearly as expensive. It's like $130, but it's a premium fucking portfolio to put your cards in, a premium deck box, which I'll never use, but it's still cool as a collectible, and then yet another like glass slash acrylic display frame, but inside of it you put a special anniversary Pikachu card that has a bunch of like really good cards or really good or meta cards from I guess like Brilliant Stars and all this other shit. It's a pretty fucking cool card. But no, those are the only two things that I really care about collecting with those two themes outside of cards. But cards are a lot more manageable for space. I don't have a lot of space. But yeah, no. But yeah, so outside of that announcement, that will be happening. I'll probably make another announcement on all my socials. Links are always in the panels / description of the VOD video on YouTube. And also if you just like if you just follow the Twitch, like you can always ask me what my socials are too, and they're also on this panel right here. Or on this frame right here on the stream itself. So but yeah, carrying on. Let's see here. The next article I actually found was, or not that I found, but let's go ahead and dive into this Nickelodeon one. This Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Why don't you tell us about that, Carter?
The almighty Smash Ultimate Killer Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl is back from the grave. They are set to announce a new character. God, is that tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. Hang on. Fuck, it is tomorrow. No, Friday. Today's the 11th. May 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific. They are holding a special Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl event to announce character news. Just says character news with the caption "Back to the lab again." If that is meant to be read as a hint, I could see them doing Jimmy Neutron. I will be frank, I do not care enough about this game to do 20 minutes of speculation on the next character.
What, you don't love it as much as Smash?
This game hit peak meme culture when they dropped Garfield in the game. No, I do not love it.
They dropped Garfield?
Garfield is a character with his own stage.
That is great.
It's hell. It's a fucking hell planet.
Carter, it sounds like we need to be buying this game and playing it.
The only cool thing that game has going for its roster is that they put my boy Powdered Toast Man in.
Fuck that guy. Avatar Aang's in there.
Yeah, Powdered Toast Man would fucking body that child.
I don't believe it. Danny Phantom's in there too, dog. Powdered Toast Man can't compete with either of those.
Danny Phantom's in that game. You know who's not in that game?
Who?
Fucking Timmy Turner.
What?
There is no Fairly Odd Parents rep in Nickelodeon All-Stars.
That's some fuckery. I don't like that.
No Fairly Odd Parents rep.
You're telling me they couldn't balance Timmy Turner?
Not Timmy, not Crimson Chin, not Crash Nebula, no Cosmo and Wanda, no Anti-Fairies, no Jorgen Von Strangle, no Crocker, no Vicky, nothing.
What the hell?
My boy Darth Laser.
I'm upset.
Oh.
Never mind, don't support this game. In
Crash
fact,
games.
report it. Report it for inappropriate content.
I agree. But yeah, there you go. There's that.
Wait. I think they already announced the new character? Is this it?
No, they didn't.
Oh, wait, no, this was from February. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I didn't know that they put Shredder, but at the same time, they put the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in there, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Great.
Let's see here. On to the next one. More into MySpace, I suppose, in terms of like streamable content in a sense. Let's see here. Dead Space Remakes next developer live stream will look at the terrifying art design. That will actually be the dev live stream will be happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 p.m. Eastern time on EA's various video game channels, including YouTube and Twitch. As part of EA's ongoing behind the scenes deep dives into the development of the Dead Space remake, the company has been hosting various live streams that focus on a particular aspect of the survival horror title. Past videos have focused on sound design and physics, but the upcoming video will highlight the art. According to EA, the next dev livestream will offer a deep dive into various aspects of the upcoming game's art design. The team at Motive will show early footage into how they're leveraging the Frostbite engine, Gen 5 hardware, and PCs to visually evolve and remake the original Dead Space environments, characters, visual effects, lighting. I think they meant lighting. And more from the ground up to create a new level of immersion and quality for today's modern audiences. EA Motive is leaning particularly hard into next-gen features and related to realism. For example, the audio is such that Isaac will sound and talk differently based on how much damage he has taken, and EA Motive appears to be taking the dissection mechanic from the game series to a whole new level, which actually all sounds promising. Now, depending on how well it's made is a different story, but, I mean, if they follow through with most of that, then I think a lot of people will be happy. Thoughts, Carter?
If they can pull their heads out of their ass and manage to make a competent game, I think EA could have a Resident Evil remake level of revival and hype going.
Okay.
The Resi remakes, at least 1 and 2, from what I understand, are pretty good, pretty great. I know there was some pushback on some stuff they did with the Resi 3 remake, but by and large, they've all sold incredibly well, and like the overall reception's been really positive. And I think if EA can stop being EA for 2 minutes and churn out a good product, they could definitely have something similar happen with Dead Space.
I agree. Obviously, the first 2 Dead Space games actually did phenomenally well. Third game, we don't talk about that one. I think we've already ranted about that game enough. But nonetheless,
Number 3.
as long as they basically update the game how it deserves to be remade, I think it'll be fine, and I think it'll look fucking gorgeous and grotesque like it's supposed to on the new games or on the new consoles and PC.
Yep.
As for 3, I don't think anyone will be particularly hateful if they somewhat adjust how the game played out. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
As
EA is number 3.
yeah. So yeah,
Battle.
that's something to look forward to. Once again, it'll be happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know what that is in Central, so y'all will have to do that conversion on your own. But yeah, I'll probably tune into the highlights or something, see how it's going. See how the game looks, art style, all that good stuff. Hopefully, see some of the engine in place or in action. Yeah. Let's see here.
Yup.
Looks like the only other article we have for tonight that I actually found once again at the last minute is best-selling games on Nintendo Switch since launch, which was March of 2017. If you guys do not know, the numbers that they're going to be giving off is not how much they made, but how many copies were sold. Just so you guys know. So, like I said, it's top 10 best-selling. Number 1, as everyone shouldn't be surprised, was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which 45.33 million copies were sold. Next one up at number 2 is Animal Crossing New Horizons with 38.64 million copies. Number 3 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with 28.17 million. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is 4th with 26.55 million. Number 5 is Pokemon Sword and Shield with 24.27 million. Number 6 is Super Mario Odyssey with 23. Number 7 is Super Mario Party with 17.78. Number 8 is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl at 14.65 million. Number 9 is yet another Pokemon game with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee with 14.53 million. And then last but not least, at the 10th spot is Ring Fit Adventure, which Amber actually bought recently. Ring Fit Adventure at 14.09 million copies.
I actually picked that up this week too. They had it marked down to like $50.
Yeah, yeah.
Was
It's
like,
a
fuck it.
pretty good deal getting the fucking leg brace, the wheel, plus the game. So
And
I mean, it's
work.
not too bad.
I haven't done it yet because it's been so fucking hot this week. I've come home and I just don't want to do anything. But
I actually yesterday I was supposed to help my dad move some shit out of my grandfather's place out of his garage, and I ended up like inadvertently skipping it because I called him and texted him saying, "Hey, let me know when you're over at the house." He didn't answer to either. Called him at 3 and he's just like, "Yeah, no, I'm about to leave now." And I was just we argued a little bit, but nonetheless, I was supposed to go over there and help him today if he went over there. So I put in a last minute time off request, and I didn't get an email or a text on my work phone saying if I got it or not. Go in today to find out that once I clocked in, the fucking request had been approved. It's kind of salty about that. But nonetheless, got the day off, went home to text him, and then he just tells me at like noon, "Yeah, I'm not actually going there. It's too hot."
nice.
So I was just like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just accept the full day off." I was kind of hoping to be productive or like have a reason to take the day off, but you know, it is what it is.
Dude, I took last week off. I didn't do shit.
I mean, like normally when I take time off, I don't particularly care if I'm super productive or not. It's just like it's really annoying when I get told, "Yeah, I'm more inclined to actually go do the thing if you take the day off," and then the person doesn't do it. So
Nah.
I ended up just going to the gym and then I went and washed the outside of my car. So at least I did something.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I burned like 2,000 calories today.
Oh boy.
It was crazy. Yeah, no. As for this list, I can't say I'm particularly surprised about any of it. What about you, Carter?
Stop fucking buying Mario Kart 8 so they make a new one. Just fucking stop. I don't understand. Like that game's gonna turn into GTA 5. Just keep porting it for 10 fucking years across 3 more consoles. Everyone's gonna beg for people to stop buying it, and it's still gonna show up every week on like the top 10 most sold games for that week. I don't fucking.
Funny.
It's a good game. It's a great game, even.
But stop it.
But if you keep buying it, they're gonna be less incentivized to make a new one.
Yeah,
They'll
you
just look at that and go,
idiots.
"Oh, they're liking this one." Like it's almost a 10-year-old game.
Is it really?
Came out in 2014 on the Wii U.
What?
Mario Kart 8 is almost 10 years old.
I did not know this actually. What?
Yes. May 29th, 2014. It is almost 10 years old.
Holy shit. I thought you were kidding. Like, I thought you were memeing about that. I didn't know that they legitimately had ported it over. I did not know this. That's crazy.
Mario Kart, the Wii U game.
Did not know this.
How did you not know it? It was one of the games I had in my parties.
Did you really?
Yeah. Dude, the whole reason I bought a Wii U was for fucking Mario Kart and Smash at those fucking parties I threw.
That's fair. I guess I never actually paid attention to what console it was at the end of the day.
It was the one with the giant fucking tablet attached to it.
That's funny. I'm telling you, man, the Wii U was the prototype for the Switch.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty common consensus.
That's fair. But yeah, I think that's all that I got for articles. You got anything else, Carter?
That's all I've got. I wasn't expecting it half that runtime out of what we had, so holy fuck.
Carter, we might be actually getting somewhat good at this.
Don't scare me, but I can talk about shit that a very niche group of people care about for hours on end.
What the? What? Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me. My fucking the next track on this playlist played. And I just heard a bunch of static. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I didn't know what was going on. Jesus. But yeah, okay. Well, I think that's all we got for y'all tonight. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, make sure to drop a follow both on my Twitter, on Markov's Twitter, as well as his Twitch, as well as mine. As for his, okay, hold on. Let me reiterate this. Let me try this again. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, make sure to drop a follow on my Twitch as well as Markov's. Make sure to follow my Twitter, his Twitter. I'm sure he can plug in his stream whenever he's live. If he is not, his Twitter/socials will be in the VOD description on YouTube.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, go subscribe to the YouTube. It's on the VOD's overlay shtick over here, the AFK team. That's where we post all of our VODs, as well as that's where I'm going to be putting all of the TCG opening streams as well, to try and get a little bit more foot traffic to the team. As for live streaming schedule, for sure we'll be doing a TCG opening of Pokemon Astral Radiance, as well as some of the Japanese sets. That'll be happening at the end of May / early-ish June, unless I can get some insane deal on it, which will 99% of the chance that will not be happening. You got any plugs for him, Markov? What's going on?
No, I mean that's all I got. Like you said, Twitter and Twitch are in the description. I've been in a silly, goofy mood this week, so I think I might stream Undertale and do some wacky voices this weekend. I'll tweet that as it happens, but I'll probably do that this weekend and have a gay old time.
All right. As for anything else, stream-wise, I actually renewed my subscription to my 3-year-old account on Final Fantasy XIV Online, so could possibly be seeing a stream of that. If that is not it, then it'll either be Warhammer 3, Master Duel, or a new single-player game. It could also be any mix of those 4 as well. We'll see. As for a time schedule, see, today's Wednesday, so maybe do a stream on Friday. I know that sometimes my internet is a little bit inconsistent Friday through Sunday. Any of those days, they usually only pick like one day to start fucking with the servers and stuff with my ISP. So, could be anywhere from Friday through Sunday. We'll see. But other than that, I think that's all I got for y'all tonight, as well as Markov.
Yeah.
Say your outro, Carter.
Have a poggers night, gamerinos.
And we'll work on that. Stay hydrated, lads. See, now that one was better.
True. Do that too.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a blessed night. See y'all later.
Bye.